So before I turn the mic over to Garrett, who's a guy you really want to hear from, I just want to tell you briefly that in Newton, we're exceptionally proud of the fact that our career and technical education program is part of our high school. Unlike a lot of other communities where they're separate, and that's not our philosophy in Newton. It's an integrated program, which I happen to think, having served in the school committee for 8 years, is an absolutely terrific model and really enhances the education of our children. So Garrett is a Newton North High School teacher, and I am a Newton North High School graduate, as are all three of my kids, so go Tigers. And I'm going to turn it over to you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me back there? Okay? Cool. Wow. Being recognized as Teacher of the Year, I've never been recognized for anything good in my life. I've been recognized a lot, but for nothing good. So this is like a really big deal for me. So thank you for coming and listening to me. I'll just tell you, I'm a teacher by trade. I'm a carpenter by trade, and I got into teaching a little while ago. And about 1.5 years ago, we started talking to my students about, I'm talking about building, and what is the building industry with respect to the remodeling industry? What are we doing to respond to climate change? Now, nothing I'm going to tell you right now is going to change the world. But what I believe is it's going to have an impact on my students. And what we started to think about was building sustainably, building with a sustainable mindset, and learning about it, because I knew nothing about it. And I'm learning as much as my students are as we go, and it's really breadcrumbs. So we're picking out the best materials, the most sustainable materials, and learning about stretch codes and best practices, etc. And under that umbrella, we decided we were going to build a tiny house, and it was going to be a high-performance, sustainably built tiny house, which is a practice I learned from Auburndale Builders in the Studio for High Performance Design. Nick Falkoff over there, who's been a great supporter of our program. I have a couple of educators with me here tonight that have been, they're sustainable thinkers, and Catherine Tessier-Jacquois has really been a pioneer in sustainable building, and Tommy McNamara has been a great support for me as well. So when you talk about Teacher of the Year, it's like, I can walk down my corridor at Newton North High School and you can pick any teacher out and give them an award for Teacher of the Year, because they work their ass off. And I see it every single day. So for me to be recognized this way is like, they can't believe it. Believe me, they can't believe it. But truly, to get back to what we're talking about, so we start thinking, well, we're going to build sustainably, and we're learning about the products, etc. So incrementally, we're building this tiny house. So now I'm thinking, okay, we're building this great little tiny house, and it's a livable structure. It's 12 feet wide and 8 feet deep. And we started thinking about housing insecurity. So is there an intersectionality between housing insecurity and sustainable building? Sure there is. You know, some of the poorest people on the planet, or in our cities and our towns, they don't have a place to live, or they live with housing insecure, and sustainable building and sustainable mindset impacts them in a lot of ways more than it might impact somebody else living in the big mansion, for instance. And so that's what we did. We want to learn about sustainable building and the intersectionality between that and housing insecurity. So we have this tiny house that we fundraised for, and we've had many people in the community, once they heard about our idea, and I did tell them, you know, like I said, we're not going to save the world here. We're just trying to plant seeds. And what those seeds I call them acorns, and we're really planting acorns. And I know that someday with these kids, because my kids are great, they're going to be oaks one of these days, and it might not happen in my time frame, but it's going to happen somewhere along the line. They all have a sense of social responsibility that they got. It started with their family members, their parents, and their caretakers, and that's all our job is as teachers, is getting kids to the next level. And that's what I've been doing with the kids, and now we're about 2/3 of the way through with this house. It's going to be donated to some some program that shares our ideas of sustainable building and housing and security. We had a great place, but it got closed down. It was the Shattuck Village over at Jamaica Plain. They had a great treatment center over there, and we were building this house for them, for a meeting room, and then they shut the program down and ran out of COVID money, and it hasn't been picked up as far as I know. So it's going to be going somewhere. But just to wrap it up, I want to say that I am a teacher, and I literally believe I have one of the best goddamn jobs in the world, because I get to work with kids, and kids are great. They're not easy, but they're great. And I just want to end this by saying, I got an email from a parent the other day, and I think it sums it up. Hold up a second. So she said to me, I heard about your award. I just want to say congratulations. So glad that you're getting this well-deserved honor. I always remember how much you and your class meant to my son. Many family dinners we were talking about building structures and building with a sustainable mindset. But mostly, you made him feel capable and cared about and seen. And that's really what it's all about. So that's what I try to do every single day, and that's what everybody in my community tries to do every single day, and we all do it our own way. So once again, just thanks so much for listening. And like Lennon said, on behalf of the band, I hope I passed the audition.